Alright, notice anything different about me? I am not wearing any makeup, not a stitch of makeup. Actually, I'm not wearing anything. I'm not wearing any product. I haven't used any cleanser on my face. I haven't used any moisturizer. I haven't used any shampoo, any conditioner, no products whatsoever on my entire body, and I want to explain why. So why is it that using products can actually cause skin problems? Your skin has tons and tons of hair follicles. Under those follicles you have sebaceous glands, which are oil glands, and you have eccrine glands, which are sweat glands. Your sebaceous glands produce sebum from the fats in your diet, and then what happens is the oils, the sebum, comes up through your hair follicle onto the hair, and then it gets onto your skin that way. When you're young, the pH of your skin is 7, which is neutral. Just like young people have a weaker immune system and are more susceptible to illnesses, young people also have weaker skin. At puberty, when the body decides to become an adult, the pH of the skin lowers to 5.5. To achieve this pH, the skin has to secrete more sebum. The mixture of the sebum on your skin and sweat helps you to achieve this pH and maintain it, and it's called the acid mantle. The acid mantle of the skin serves to protect you from bacteria, from viruses, foreign invaders like that. It also protects you from bacteria that causes acne and skin problems like that. To viruses, vulnerable to bacteria, including bacteria that causes blemishes, and other problems like dermatitis, redness, dryness, oiliness. In my mind, we were created to live outdoors. We were created to eat fruits and vegetables in abundance. We were created to be in the sun. And we weren't created to slather tons and tons of chemicals on ourselves daily. Do you remember being really little, like a little kid, and going outside and running around and sweating and not washing your face right afterwards? Do you remember playing in the dirt and not feeling like you needed to come in and wash your face with like some harsh cleanser? Did you wash your face twice a day when you were little? Did you use a facial moisturizer? Neither did I, but I had perfect skin. When I was around 13, my mom got me to start using cleanser and moisturizer because it was her opinion that if you start taking care of your skin when you're young, then when you're older, you're going to have that youthful skin kind of maintained, as opposed to waiting until you're older and you have skin problems like fine lines and things like that. So I started using a cleanser and a moisturizer at the age of 13 when I really didn't need it. Well, it just so happens that around that time I started getting blemishes. And now what I thought was going on was, hormones, and that could have played a part in it too. I was 13, and so I was becoming a teenager, becoming a woman, and I started having skin problems. Well, I also started having redness in my skin, and I quickly became very addicted to moisturizer. I have been using moisturizer now for 13 years, and I can't stand the way my skin feels without moisturizer. My skin is parched, flaky, tight. I can't even smile. I can't move my face if I haven't put moisturizer on like right out of the shower. A recent study actually suggested that the use of moisturizers can actually cause premature aging. It's also well known that many of the common ingredients that you'll find on most shampoos, conditioners, cleansers, moisturizers, and things like that are known to cause cancer, cause breakouts, and different skin problems. It's kind of the same thing as the medical industry, where you need to have repeat customers, and so if your product works too well or fixes a problem, your customers aren't going to come back for repeat business. Eventually I got into using full face makeup. I was wearing foundation and just pretty much any product you can think of on my face. When traveling, this is horrible. It's horrible to feel like I can't go anywhere without my makeup. It's horrible to feel like I can't go out without makeup on, and that's really how I felt since I was 13. It ended up that I wanted to become more natural, and I started to pare down my makeup. I started to pare down my products, and ever since last year I have not been using body wash. I haven't used deodorant in a year now. I haven't needed it. with this diet, and so that's been good. But for my face, I really wanted to pare down, but it's a big issue when you're a girl. You feel really self-conscious without makeup on and without like your products if your skin isn't looking its best. So when I wanted to start doing natural things, I started thinking about natural products. So I started using natural products. And yet I still had the same problem. I couldn't go without these natural products. And a lot of them were breaking me out. A lot of them were giving me more redness. So I decided to get even more simple, and I tried to use the oil cleansing method. And what this is using different oils. I used extra virgin olive oil. You can also use castor oil. And I was using oils to cleanse my face. I also used honey for a little while, which isn't vegan, and I didn't really feel good about, but I wanted to be natural. And so I used those, and I started using olive oil to moisturize my face. This worked really amazingly for about 3 months, and then my face started getting so dry. I basically was screwing myself up by switching all of these different products all the time. But in my mind, I needed something, and I wanted to be natural, so I was going to, search the ends of the earth for some kind of natural oil that worked for me. Well, again, this kind of goes back to the raw diet. When I first started the raw diet, I knew that it was the natural diet that people should adhere to, but I wasn't doing it naturally. I had the dehydrator, I had all of the fancy tools, I was making really complex meals, and it really wasn't doing anything for me, and it was so complex and so time-consuming that I just stopped. Well, now I know that the most natural thing to do is to eat things like you would if you were just living in a garden. So I had to stop and think to myself, what would I actually be doing in nature? Would I be putting olive oil on my skin in nature? Does olive oil just grow out of the ground? Would I even think to wash my face twice a day? Would I be afraid of sweat and dirt and things like that? The answer is no, and when I was young, I wasn't afraid of those things either, and my skin was fine. I never had the kind of problems that I'm having now. So I decided to just stop all of it. I'm now doing water-only cleansing. I woke up on the 8th and my skin was horrendously dry, horrendously flaky, really red, really irritated from not using anything. It was really hard for me to sleep that night, but I stuck with it, and I'm so glad that I did. Already on the 5th day, my skin feels moist again. I mean, it's still a little tight, but it's not painful, it's not uncomfortable. I've simplified my day so much. I don't have to wake up super early anymore to wash my face, put moisturizer on. I'm still bathing, I'm still getting in the shower, I'm still using water and scrubbing at my scalp and all of that stuff. But and I feel clean. My skin is in better condition. I smell clean. My skin is just, I'm going through a transition period where I do have like red like blotchiness in some areas where it's super dry, but pretty much a lot of my redness has toned down. My skin feels good for the first time without using moisturizer. So my idea of natural before was to slather myself with olive oil, but then I just realized that really the most natural thing I can do is not worry about it so much and use water when I feel dirty, and apart from that, just kind of leave myself alone. A big part of my identity and feeling good about myself, I guess, is being pretty, because everybody thinks of me as pretty, and it sounds like I'm full of myself, but I'm actually not, because my entire self-worth is wrapped around being a pretty girl that always is put together, that always has makeup on, and when I don't have that, I don't feel good about myself. So actually, being thought of as pretty has kind of given me a self-esteem issue. I've been thinking for a long time about ditching the makeup, and it's really been a goal for me to feel good about myself the way that God made me. I've never felt beautiful without makeup on. In fact, still, if I look at a picture of myself without makeup, and if I look at a picture of myself with makeup, visually, I'm going to look at myself with makeup and I'm going to think, oh, I look a lot prettier with makeup. But a funny thing happened. Although I think I look better with makeup on, I actually feel more beautiful when I don't have makeup on. I feel like I look the way that I was meant to look, and I'm starting to actually feel better about myself without putting stuff on my face. So I'm just going to let my body be, let my body do what it's going to do, enjoy the extra, 20 minutes of sleep, enjoy all of the extra time of my week where I'm not, taking half-hour showers. So I hope this provides encouragement to others to stop using stuff because it's cheaper, it's more natural, and it's better for us.